Chief Edwin Clark has asked the Independent National Electoral Commission to conduct a by-election to fill the seats of defected lawmakers in the Rivers State House of Assembly. ATL reports that 27 members of the State House of Assembly had in December 2023 dumped the People's Democratic Party for the All Progressives Congress (APC) at the heat of political crisis in the state. The lawmakers are loyal to former governor of the state, Nyesom Wike, who is currently the Minister of the Federal Capital Territory (FCT). Their defection followed the feud between Wike and his successor, Governor Siminalai Fubara, over the control of governance and politics in the state. It also led to multiple litigations. But in an open letter addressed to the INEC chairman, Professor Mahmoud Yakubu, Clark said the defection of the lawmakers was a violation of Section 1091G of the 1999 Constitution, as amended, noting that there was no crisis in the PDP. The letter reads in part, the seats of the 27 former members of the Rivers State House of Assembly have been vacant for a long time, more than 1 year after the former holders vacated, thus depriving the people of the affected constituencies of representation in the State House of Assembly. INEC, under your watch, is yet to carry out its statutory function of conducting a by-election to fill the seats. By the actions going by Section 1091G, those 27 persons have automatically and immediately, without reversal, lost their seats. I plead with the chairman of INEC to, without delay, conduct a by-election to fill the vacant seats and give adequate representation to the people of the affected constituencies. Still on River State, Clark urging INEC to fill 27 lawmaker seats. What's your thought on this?
This is very laughable, coming from a person whom I would have considered an institution in the person of Clark. I think this is uncalled for, and Clark as a person lacks the locus standi to really, call on INEC to conduct an election. I don't know, they suddenly wake up, all this while Clark have been quiet, and he just anybody that wants to make the news, dumbles into the crisis of what's happening in Rivers State. They're using it in our local parlance to catch crews, but we refuse them. Sometimes when they stand up to make those bogus and frivolous statements, they forget that there are people also who read in between the lines. We read in between the lines, and we know where they stand. As another statesman, so to say, Clark has failed in his duty for God to give him longevity, and for God to have given him the position. Remember that during his time, they were not called ministers. I think they were called Commissioner of Information then, Federal Commissioner of Information when he served. So he also had this privilege of being the convener and founder of PANDEF. And he also have this thing going for him, bringing about the Middle Belt, bringing about the Ohanes Ndibo, Southeast, whatever they call it, and then the South, trying to pull together for them to form a common front. I think he is the one that championed that particular organization that is now giving the Northern Arawa a fight for their money. So if somebody is being positioned in this kind of exalted seat, and the name he has made in the Nigerian political space, there's a sense to where somebody thinks that this person is somebody that has grown above the board of shenaniganimity, if there is any word like that.
Okay.
Then this person should be seen as an institution for peace, for dialogue, and the person who should be able to douse tension when the youth's nerves are frayed, when there is a exhibition of youthful exuberance. That is why in the Igbo ontology we have a saying that let the elders not die let all the elders not die, let me put it properly, so that the children will not pick something that is like yam and call it yam to eat. There's something like yam, but it is not yam. But when children eat it, it might lead to their death. But if an elder is around, the elder has the onus to point out to the children that this is not yam, but it looks like a yam. That is where God has placed some of those people we look onto. But when they now begin to take sides, it's not today that Edwin Clark has taken sides in the political impasse in Rivers State. And it's unfortunate. We continue to sound it that is unfortunate that someone like him will take such a stand. We look at them to sit on the fence. Sitting on the fence means that you have the privilege now of pulling the two sides together onto yourself and say, my children, come, what is it? But what we know that is that made them to lose their statesmanship and their sense of being elders is because of appetite. Because of monetary appetite. When you have sold your appetite because of monetary gain, because of stomach infrastructure, according to the former governor of Ekiti State, in the person of Ayodele Fayose, we know he's the person that made us know that it is only the politics of infrastructure that can lead an elder astray. So if somebody like Nyesom Wike, who is in his late 50s, and the Fubara, who is in his late 40s, and Edwin Clark is well above 90, you could see how many decades. He gave them about 5 decades. He has seen it all. So if he has taken the position of a father when this issue came up, and called Nyesom Wike and called Fubara, who are they not to sit down and listen to Edwin Clark?
But he didn't just make this claim. He had the backing of the law. He quoted the law, the constitution, saying that this seat shouldn't be vacant. Are you soliciting that?
See, if he knows his onion, if he's quoting from the law, he should have known that this case is before the Supreme Court. That is why I say that he lacks the local standard to speak on this particular issue, to call an INEC. That is belittling himself, with all due respect. That is now coming to the fore and giving credence to what Nyesom Wike has said about him. That he has taken a stand, and the taking a stand is for you as an elder. You are now fueling the crisis. You are now arming the other person with clog and machete to go all out. Because when an elder has told this person now that you are right, what do you think that person will do? He will come all out, brazen, and say that, oh, my father said I'm right. Then he will go after his brother. But the position of a father is the position of a peacemaker. So he has failed in his position. If this were to be in the north, we are saying it because normally Nigerians give an example of giving example with Senate clients. I don't know whether it's this our Republican nature that makes us, you come out and speak. Even in the gathering of elders, a youth can raise up his hand and begin to question what the elders are. It doesn't happen in the north. Who are you? You had to get to that particular stage before you can be allowed to speak. If it's in the north, there are elders that will call Nyesom Wike and Fubara to order, and once they say it is finished. But here, because our elections are not conducted through the ballot papers, like INEC will lay down the rules of the Electoral Act are not followed, and then we don't also play the politics of the elders have spoken. This is our son in whom we are well pleased. We are sending him. You know how Fubara came to emerge through the instrumentality of Nyesom Wike, because of the type of politics the elders allowed him to play. Because all of them will come in to draw from the well filled with water. At the end of the day, you have eaten from Nyesom Wike. You are now dancing to the tune of Fubara. How will you call a Fubara to order tomorrow if Fubara misbehaves? If somebody is having a problem with Fubara now, can an Odele and a clerk call Fubara to order? Because today they are all dancing to the table of banquets. That is how our elders lose what they call the respect, that the youth should see them as an epitome of peace and look up to them as role models. What am I going to look up to Edwin Clark as a role model? Somebody who is taking a side in something that Nyesom Wike and Fobara, they are not fighting for wives, they are not fighting for land. And to also say what ATN has reported, that there was a political Fred Naps. No, River State was not it was not for the control of the governance of River State. Nyesom Wike has finished his tenure, which he said, I'm not going to interfere. But while going behind, you want to poach from where you did not reap. Because people, even those in the camp of Fobara, knows that. I mentioned sometime on this platform that it is only the current chief of staff to Fobara, Edison here, the current secretary to the state government, and the three House of Assembly members that are remaining, that are those that I know that played a key role in the emergence of Fobara, because they were in the camp of Nyesom Wike. Who else will come out? All those people who are dancing around Fobara now, who cannot win local government elections, who cannot even win a world congress, in the person of Secondus, in the person of you talk about Omeha, you talk about Amechi, who had them during the elections. You talk about us in Opera. You talk about those people that are dancing around Fobara now. Where we are there, when Nyesom Wike was taking the decision of bringing Fobara, who is a messiah now. But somebody who saw that messianic nature, or whatever they are seeing now in Fobara. But when Nyesom Wike presented Fobara, they were against him. But today, it is a huru for them. The end we see to the justification of where we are going. But what I'm saying in essence is that if it is where the elders are elders, somebody like Edwin Clark will not come out to the media and be making such inflammatory statements. So he wants to set River State ablaze. He wants to set River State on fire by making such an unguarded utterance. Because now he is now making himself a law. You say that he was speaking from the angle of the constitution, but the case is already, see, section 109 paragraph G is not subservient. It is not self-executory. If it's self-executory, there is no need for the laws to be there. Even in the internal affairs of the party, the courts intervene and begin to interpret that constitution which you have written, guiding your activities, which you didn't draw the justices into to come and draft it for you. But they have the local standing to look at what the tenets of what you have written in black and white is saying, in order to guide you properly to avert crisis. Is it not why the courts are there? If those people in the camp of Nyesom Wike and the camp of Fobara has taken the stand of going to the courts or through the courts to seek for the normalization of whatever crisis they are having, allow the thing to, Nyesom Wike said it last year, allow the cases to run through the court. Why is Edwin Clark making himself the court? He's making himself an institution. Is there any part of our constitution, even when Mr. President, in the person of Bola Ahmed Tinubu, called Fobara and Wike, and there was an 8-point agenda, he came back, there were the same people who deceived him, that it is not part of the constitution, that what has been said, it is not constitutional, that it is not carved in gold. So if such a thing has happened, where do we go from here? Where we go from here, in my own assertion, is that let the courts, if Edwin Clark has written to Nyesom Wike, or there is an open letter calling on both parties to go and withdraw the case, that let us settle this at home.
Don't you think it could have been due to the prolonged duration of this case?
My brother, who are those who prolonged it?
These officials are representatives of the masses. So these seats are vacant. Thereby meaning it could
there is no seat that is vacant. Edwin Clark should be schooled. The Martin Samuel led House of Assembly in River State is operating under the law. the two appeal court judgments is in their favor. You as a journalist cannot sit here and tell me that the seats are vacant. No, the seats are not vacant.
Defected.
No. The seats are. It is not in your place to. It is not in your place to state it, because they have gone to court. That is why I said Section 109 sub G is not safe executory. If you say executory, the courts would have not entertained it. So we have gone past what Edwin Clark is saying. The case are before the Supreme Court, and it is the people we are saying before, the Ondo State lawmaker, where the Supreme Court made the pronouncement. Why did the Supreme Court entertain this one? If the Supreme Court judgments are cast in stone and sacrosanct, and being what do you call it? They said what the kind of automobiles they were using before, the ones that doesn't move, they call I think I remember it. But if the laws are like that, if the laws are locomotive in nature, okay, you understand? If the laws are locomotive in nature, why do we approach the courts? No two cases are the same. The somebody defected somewhere in Ondo, and they said his seat is vacant, and he went to court, and the Supreme Court made some pronouncements. Does the Supreme Court make a pronouncement in perpetuity, or does the court make pronouncement in looking into the future? They don't have that. They don't have that power. They only make laws. They only make pronouncements to guide within the space of the time in which the cases came up. That means within the space in which people were living at that time. I don't know if you're following. So you cannot use a court verdict that was adjudicated in the 1990s in a different case. Okay, today people are defecting from Labour Party, from PDP into APC. Then who has declared their seat vacant? And Martin Samuel is the person, as the speaker, who would have declared his own seat vacant. That is also in the law. Don't they see it? That it is the speaker that will declare the seat vacant. Has Martin Samuel, did he pronounce his seat? Even if he has defected, he's still in the majority. Did he declare his seat vacant and said, because I'm defected from party A to B, which is in the, I don't know if you have come across the new Nigerian words that are inserted into the dictionary. Cross-carpeting was there. How did cross-carpeting come? It was from during Awo's time. People say, the politicians now say, those moving to this divide. It is still in our National Assembly today, where PDP is in this side, although opposition is in this side. You see it in the red and green chambers. So that if nerves are frayed, there will not be physical confrontation. So that is the reason why they do that. So it is not subservient, my brother. We are educating the public, and we continue to educate them, so that it's all those people playing to the gallery, playing sentiment and bias. It is not to come into this. The constitution is sacrosanct, and the laws are there for you to follow. If section 109, according to say, is subservient, if it is self-serving, if it is self-executory, there will be no need to go to the courts. And again, mind you that Martin Samuel would have declared his own seat vacant as the speaker. So who was the speaker who declared his seat vacant? The constitution, did they give the courts right to declare a seat vacant? Or somebody who is not elected in the speaker? And mind you, those four co-travelers of Edison here, they were suspended duly. And have they made record? So those things are to be tested in the court. So Edwin Clark is fueling the crisis in Rivers State. You know, we have had a borrowed peace all this while. But his statement can ignite this, just like Ologunlama and some of the PDP NWC came to Rivers State, and they were making, who gave them the local standing to make an assertion that somebody is the leader of PDP. The governor is the governor. Leadership is earned. Just like I've mentioned, what would have made Edwin Clark be in a position to call the two warring factions as his children, as his younger brothers. Well, you have failed. So in the case of this, as we are looking at this case, it is what you will say, the president of Nigeria, Bola Ahmed Tinubu, did try, did they abide by what he said? If they have hidden to the call he made, we wouldn't be here. We wouldn't be here. And somebody you are saying that is a leader of PDP, the people that are his chairmen are not in PDP. Do you know that what makes a political party is the ward level? It's not even the state, the ward and local government. So the Ologunaba and his own cohorts that came to River State and they came to collect brown envelope because River State has become a conduit pipe, a cash cow, where they come when they run out of cash, they come here. He has been Ologunaba has now been the representation of Ugochinyere, who was disturbing everywhere. Where is he today? Because he knows that the cases are taking shape. So those people came again to fuel the fire that is burning in River State. Because if they want, look at when Bola Ahmed Tinubu played the role that brought in Muhammad Buhari, the former president. They gave him one frivolous title, the National Party Leader. Was he in the constitution of APC? I discussed it here. When Bola Ahmed Tinubu went for the meeting of governors, coming to Bragados as a national leader, Edwin worked him out that this is a meeting, governors forum meeting with the president. It was then he dawned on him. The second thing that they did to Ahmed Bola Tinubu was when the president came in, they were standing to welcome him in the order of protocol. Okay. He was moved out from where he was that this one is not your position. It was after those two teachable for somebody who wants to learn, that those two national disgrace that happened to Bola Tinubu, he retreated. Meaning that position is not even an APC constitution. So party leadership, you are a party leader, is earned. Okay. People have to respect you for what you are bringing to the table, the way you're carrying them along. Look at the appointments of the boards that happened in River. Have River State had it so good? Okay. But you saw how politics is being played. How many people Jason Wike brought in from River State? Before, have we had it? This is what a leader is. You are a governor, you are a governor. But party leader, you also not give with two hands. And finally, Jason Wike is not dragging party leader. It is the structure that has put in place that have made him the leader. You have formed your own structure in APP. Go to APP and answer leader now.
Oh, we'll keep following the development of that story.
I don't know if you're... No. What I'm saying is the people who should have been made the cases to be, to be tempered with a lot of respect, bring in charismatism in it, call the two Warren brothers. Look at, don't we have such problems in the north and in the south? We are governors. Look at the one happening between El-Rufai and his successor, Obasani. Are you hearing it? They are going about it the way they are going. But everybody in politics is permanent interest. There are no permanent enemies. So if Edwin Clark has understood this, he wouldn't have made this unfortunate statement that he made. That we now, from tomorrow now, it will rain through the airwaves of River State and the blood will continue to boil.